Hey, this is Voo, and for ELO Hell today, we've got a player here named Null, and he actually plays in a way I've never seen anyone play in my entire life. And that is as someone with, 20,000 hours in Counter-Strike as a whole. I've coached for a long time, I've done countless demo reviews. This is utterly unique. This video is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet. It's light, sleek, and industrial. It doesn't fold or awkwardly bulge in your pocket like this one, and it seriously changed my whole pocket situation. Most people are still using wallets designed in the 90s like this one my dad used to own, carrying pictures of their ex like this. Who needs it? Throw it away. Got pictures of me when I was young. Don't need that either. Throw that away too. It's in an unorganized mess. But the Ridge Wallet holds up to 12 cards plus room for cash with over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium, and you can hold your most prized possessions in there. If this wasn't enough to win you over, it should have been. They have over 30,000 5-star reviews. The durable material means they can give you a lifetime warranty, and they're so confident that you'll like it, they'll let you test drive it for 45 days, and if you don't love it, you can send it back for a full refund. Ridge Wallet. Now, this guy says he's played 2,000 plus hours, and he's been playing for 5 years, and he's been stuck in LEM for the last 2. And he feels like, he has no real impact on the outcome of the game. And that's definitely true. What he's going to do here is he's going to play his rifle like an op. And that's going to seem a little bit odd, but one of the reasons that riflers and oppers, or rather one of the reasons that oppers often have trouble switching to rifles isn't actually just because their rifle aim is bad. You look at some oppers and their rifle aim is crisp and perfectly on point, but you play a different style when you're opping, and you play a different style when you're rifling. You take different angles, you take different engagements, and you can pick up a rifle, but that don't make you a rifler, okay? But I'm not a rapper. Now, Null here is playing Arch just fully posted on this angle here. Still going to stay posted. No aggressive stance. No nothing. He's eventually going to get peeked out. Then he's going to back up and go to another angle. Another angle where he's not likely to get a kill. Take a shot. Back up. Go to another angle. Cede control of the entire bomb site in the process and just put himself in a really bad spot. Now, he will end up getting himself a kill. I'm sure his rifle aim is good. In fact, I imagine it's quite good given the way he's using the rifle, but this isn't really how you'd want to be using a rifle. This is something you want to be doing with the USP, a scout, or an op. And by USP, I mean pistol round, where you're taking a shot and you're falling back. And the reason that's effective is because you have a one-shot kill gun. Okay, the M4 is not a one-shot kill gun. So if you play it like that, you're really not setting yourself up for great situations. So first off, he wants to be playing more angles that are advantageous, rather than something like Arch Corner, where he's likely to get peeked by an op, or pre-fired, or smoked off. He can be playing something, he can be playing truck side in a plethora of angles. That's why you usually see riflers play truck side. He can be playing cubby, maybe. He can be playing a little bit closer up. He can be going for some sort of peek down middle at some point. Any type of aggressive play would be fine. And if he falls off back from Arch, he should be falling back this way so that he can actually control Arch side. He could fall back into Arches, but at that point you want to be actually holding the cross, not falling all the way back to take a shot from back here more often than not. Or, you've also often see, riflers, they'll spot out here and then come along this wall and play this angle here to catch people off guard. All of these things are fine, but just taking a shot, falling back, and then going to another spot where you're unlikely to get, a kill with your shot, taking a shot and falling back, this is not how you would typically find success as a rifler. So we'll continue going through this one. So into the next round, he's going to make another mistake that's less of an opper mistake and more of a general mistake. Obi-Wan over here is going to go for the peek in middle. Smoke is going to dissipate here. And this is an okay aggressive angle, but again, this is an op angle. If a rifler crosses that, you're probably not killing that guy. You're also sitting in the middle of the open. It's easy to get spammed. That's why, you don't really want to take this unless you're going to at least get the kill if someone's there. But as the smoke dissipates, Null is going to swing out like so. The problem with that is, First of all, he moves closer to the angle to make a peek, which is the opposite. You want to move back. And he swings all the way out instead of just clearing the angle. If they're in middle, there's only one general area they could be in. You don't need to swing to T stairs. You swing and then stop, and you clear top middle. That felt like a pretty trivial way, a pretty trivial clear. Instead, he swung out there and got himself killed. All right, so for the last round we'll look at for Null here, he's going to do more of the same. Initially starting off by smoking off middle, not something you actually need to do. If you have a decent spawn, you can cross freely. You don't actually need to smoke it, unless you're playing like a really good opper who can actually pick you when you're crossing. But spoiler, unless they're cheating, those oppers are probably not playing matchmaking. The ones that are picking you crossing, they're probably cheating. But you don't need to smoke it. All right. If they're picking you crossing, just don't cross. You don't always need to cross. It's not the end of the world. Not in every scenario. But with that smoke, you're using it so early, you don't really have any impact on the round with that smoke that you'd want to be throwing later. Now you've already, your teammate threw the re-smoke at 132, right? So you're not going to have that smoke for very long. But if we go back and show you the angle he was holding there while I was a bit distracted by that smoke, this is a prototypical op angle. You can kind of play it like this, but you cannot play it like this. In no world are you killing someone that crosses that angle when you're holding it like this. They're going to hard clear you, right? So you're going to have to win a gunfight if they don't just swing past it and you don't get anything done. What'll happen is they find out where you are. You lose a lot of that defender's advantage where they have so many angles to clear. You have an advantage in, catching them before they know where you are. And then you've got really nothing done from it, right? You're kind of just setting yourself up for failure. And, sitting in the middle of the open, probably not the off angle you want to be playing there either. Following that nade is actually going to go through the window and out into nothingness, unfortunately. And now Null will be playing towards pit here, 4v5. This is okay. You can get a bit aggressive, especially if Null had done something like throw a flash for Invictus here. That could actually swing the outcome of this round, because Invictus obviously wants to get aggressive, but he doesn't have a flash of his own, and there's so many easy flashes that you can throw. You can just wing a throw towards top middle. It won't be perfect, but it'll get the job done. Now, continuing forward, mollied out, going to force him to swing. And the spray control there isn't perfect, but when Null gets into engagements, not of his own doing, by the way, they're forcing him into these spots where he has to fight as if he has a rifle, which he does. When they force him to fight as a rifler, he's actually getting stuff done. He's using a P2000, which is suspect, but, at the end of the day, he is getting things done. The problem is he's only getting into those situations when his opponents force him into those situations. So now here in the 2v2, getting aggressive in this type of situation is oftentimes the solution. When someone got a kill over here, and you can stay pit, and you can just hold on to your own bomb site for as long as you want, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you do feel like you're, the best player on the team, especially if your team's not really helping, doing something like off of that kill, getting aggressive towards truck wouldn't have been a bad idea either. And the reason that type of play makes some sense is because if you get aggressive towards truck, you can begin to wrap around, and you can be somewhere like here as your teammate makes contact B, and that makes it a much easier rotate. You get there much more quickly, and they have a much harder time getting into afterplants. And you can also potentially wrap all the way around and catch opponents as they're coming through arch or coming through library, and catch them in the side, not expecting you to be there. Now, do you want to be doing that in that situation? I mean, technically you probably don't. That's something you'd be doing in something like a 2v3, 2v4 fairly consistently. However, if you don't have faith in your teammate, who I think was the 1-in-6 player at that point, and you feel like you're, going to carry your team, you can definitely try things like that. And here, simply took far too long to rotate over. I mean, yeah, the rotate up banana was also far too long. I was a bit distracted discussing other things, but, if you get onto the bomb site after the 10-second timer, you're probably not winning the round. You got to be a little bit quicker, or you need to save. Sometimes if your teammate, if you're playing B in this situation, right? If your teammate was here and you were here, if they're both here and they just rail you and kill you instantly, it's actually not a bad idea for your teammate at B to save. I mean, A is really tough to retake. And you know what other bomb site's really tough to retake in a 1v2? It's B. B is pretty tough to retake in a 1v2 when you're across the universe. You've got to go all the way around, clear every single angle. It's not a fun rotate. Sometimes it's just better to save, even though, it might feel, you might feel dumb. The reality is you're not being dumb. Think about it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. If you enjoyed the content, consider going to my Patreon, patreon.com/voocsgo for full-length demo reviews, great, fantastic content, absolutely top-tier stuff, and, you can support the content,